Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hello, I'm Pauly Pawpaw, like my badge says here, Pauly Pawpaw. I'm here on behalf of Rufus. Rufus went to a concert, actually went to 2 concerts. Now to make things easier, I'm speaking on behalf of Rufus, so let's for the sake of making things easier, that I, Pauly Pawpaw, went there. Anyway, Rufus brought me in spirit along with him. So let's say I went to these concerts. So in August, time passes by so fast I get confused. On August 18th, I went to see Jeff Lynne's Electric Light Orchestra. Finally, that was awesome. Still have to write up a journal about how this went, and it was awesome. I love Jeff Lynne so much. And then I knew that Paul McCartney was coming to Montreal, and I've been told by a friend that the tickets were sold out. Of course, he was talking about the regular, normal tickets that you buy directly from the venue. And I saw on YouTube after supper Sunday, September 16th, decided to fool around on YouTube, and I saw a suggested video, an interview with Jimmy Fallon, I think, yeah. Just a few days earlier, and he reminds us that he's starting his tour, Freshen Up tour, in Quebec City, the very next day, the 17th. And I remembered that. I said, oh yeah, that's right, he was sold out. I said, are you sure? This is probably the last chance I have. Let's see if I can find something. And within 2 hours, started fiddling around. Educated myself on buying scalper tickets, which I know, but well, when it's about seeing an artist or not, you have sometimes to indulge. And so after checking on StubHub, checking how StubHub works, I won't go into the details, that part is boring, ended up buying an expensive but worthwhile ticket to see just 4 days later, Saturday, what am I saying? Thursday, September 20th, I saw, just a few days ago, today is Sunday, I saw Paul McCartney at the Bell Centre in Montreal. And I got this shirt. Of course it doesn't fit me, it fits Rufus. But Rufus forgot to buy one for me. Duh. Stupid. And you can see, very beginning of the tour here, second city is Montreal. And because there was also another shirt that spoke to Rufus, well, to me. I said I would talk like if it was me. Sorry about that. I have to get this shirt because, you see, my favorite album by Paul McCartney is Red Rose Speedway. It's just an amazing album. The melodies are terrific. The use of Linda's voice is perfect. And you see, it's Red Rose. It's not the same picture, but it's inspired by the cover of Red Rose Speedway. So I had to get that one too. The Ram shirt was also great, but these shirts are expensive, so no, 2 shirts isn't enough. I almost regret not buying the Ram one because it was a dye, I don't know if you call those shirts that have psychedelic colors all over. Anyway. So yeah, so I decided to, for many reasons, decided to reenact my favorite part of the concert, because by Tuesday morning, the very next morning after the Quebec premiere show, there was a set list available on the internet. So I was able to see which track he would sing. By the way, it's a very long concert. The concert lasted 2 hours and 49 minutes. It started at 8:15, was scheduled at 8, so that's just 15 minutes later, that's perfect. Ended at 11:09 p.m. Amazing. Why? His voice is starting to go, which made me even more happy that I went and see him, because I don't think he's going to do another tour. Frankly, I doubt it very much. So maybe he will. Good for the fans, but I personally don't think he will be making another. The last tour he made in Montreal was in 2011. His voice was good. His voice now is, but it doesn't take away from the experience of seeing a Beatle, a living Beatle, in person in 2018. Blows my mind, you know. So I'm still excited. You know, it was Thursday. Today is Sunday morning. I'm still excited. Now, I'm very selective about my favorite songs about any artist or bands. It's never the mainstream songs that I like the most. It's always the B-sides and tracks people don't know too much about. One of my top 5 favorite Paul McCartney songs, one of them was in the playlist. I was so excited Tuesday morning. First thing I saw is, oh, Jet is a good song. It's not there. Oh, okay. Well, and then I saw 1985. That's one of my first of all, it's my favorite track of Band on the Run, and it was on the playlist. I was so excited. Oh my God! And it's very, as you will see in a few seconds, it's very easy to dance to 1985. Now here's the part I will try to reenact as closely as possible how I lived that moment, and I got the audio from a video of YouTube of just that song. Now I'll have to sell the punch because I want to end with the dancing, because I'll be exhausted at the end. I want to come back to talk more. So what happened is that I had my little list on me. I was making notes, and sometimes when little fun stuff happened between songs, I would write them down, and I would check if he followed the list. Now in Quebec City it was Let Him In and then 1985. So by Let Him In, when it was over, I was getting really excited. And then he starts saying, I wrote the next song for my wife, Nancy, I think her name is. And oh my God, my smile disappeared completely. I was heartbroken. He started singing Valentine, which came like 5 or 6 songs later. He was getting hot after a few songs, and he took his coat off. It was hot in the Bell Center, so I was afraid he had shortened his playlist. I didn't smile one bit. I was sitting. I'll start the video by sitting, and really not feeling too happy right there. And what happened is that I figured out after what happened. Probably, I haven't checked yet, but probably because he groups his songs by what instrument he plays. And I suspect that since it was later in the show, maybe he was playing it on the guitar or something like that, and probably after the second show in Montreal, he decided to sing it on the piano. And because 1985 he plays that on the piano as well as Let Him In. So that's what happened. After Valentine was over, he said in French first and then in English, the next song is for the Wings fan, and he does this wing symbol, which I'll try to do. A W, you just you flare your hands like that, and you put your... I knew that symbol already, because I have the Wingspan compilation. I figured out, okay. So, not many people knew that sign. I suppose to the E.L.O. concert where I was sitting next to dancers. Hell, for the E.L.O. concert, the lady next to me and her mate, they flew from Newfoundland. He was yelling between each song, "We love you, Jeff!" And she was doing some weed, and dancing, and we kept looking at each other, and dancing was. I had a young kid also dancing to the songs he knew. But in Montreal for Paul McCartney, I wasn't sitting next to dancers. I was sitting next to old couples, but I didn't care. I danced when I wanted to on my favorite songs. So that song popped in. I'm glad this happened because it made me 10 times happier when I realized my song was going to be played after all. And I screamed at the top of my lungs. I forgot to drink some water before I did, because the music is going to be really loud. I'm going to try to simulate how it was at the show, and I want to try to relive the moment one more time, because I have PCD right now, post-concert depression. Well, mostly it hit hard Friday. And Friday I was playing again some songs of my favorite album, Speedway. One of the most beautiful ballads he ever wrote is Little Lamb Dragonfly. It's just a beautiful melody. And I almost cried in the car on my errands because I had this... I didn't dance as much as I did for E.L.O. and I wanted to live... I don't know, it's hard to do. I don't have much experience with big rock concerts. E.L.O. was my first big rock concert, and I'm 50 years old. This was just barely a month later, Paul McCartney, and I also broke down and bought a ticket to see Elton John in how many days? 14 days minus vendredi, samedi, dimanche, 14 tages du jour. In 11 days, I'm seeing again at the my nose. I'm seeing Elton John. But this time I have a nosebleed ticket because on the 19th I saw a ticket similar to the one I had, and I hesitated. It was still a lot of money again, StubHub, and I'll see how it goes there. I've never been to the Bell Center. It was my first time there. When I came back from Paul McCartney, I right away checked. The ticket was sold, so I got a nosebleed ticket, much cheaper. But I think for Elton John, it's not the same energy. I'll be good. I'll be back with a review of that later. But okay, so I'm getting hot here. Let's do this. Let's try to reenact how it went when my favorite song came on. The favorite song of the set list came on to be played. Okay, so let's do this. So the Valentine song is just ended, and I'm all like ropey.
Okay, the song set forth upon the wings. It's for the wings fans.
I was staring at the ceiling, the Bell Center, and I felt no worrying my butt. I'm worrying at the top of my lungs. With Paul McCartney in the same room as mine. Okay, it's a big room, but technically it's the same room. So that's how it went. Thank you for watching.